Privyet. Hello everyone. You're on the Slavic News Channel, and in this video, we'll discuss the most significant updates on the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. We have a lot of interesting updates, so let's begin. First, let's talk about the South Donetsk direction. We have additional icons and geolocations from this territory. We see Ukrainian FPV drones attacking an abandoned Russian personnel carrier along the road 05-24, confirming the Russians captured this territory, cutting the main supply road between Ugledar and Konstantinovka. The Russians continue artillery preparation near Konstantinovka, aiming to cut it off from the north. They focus on the bridge between Konstantinovka and the residential area to the north, possibly preparing for an offensive to establish complete fire control over the area. Reports from Krasnogorovka indicate the Russians have established fire control over the main supply road leading to the stronghold, specifically over Sadova Street. Ukrainian forces have suffered significant losses and are close to being encircled. More interesting updates come from Western Avdiivka or Pokrovsk direction. In Novoselovka Persha, pro-Ukrainian mappers report the Russians improved their positions inside the village, capturing the first farm buildings. Ukrainians are about to fall back, and the village might be fully captured by the Russians within a day or two. Pro-Ukrainian sources report that Russian forces are trying to surround Ukrainian forces near Progress. Fighters from the 1st and 3rd Battalions of the 31st Mechanized Brigade have been defending the encirclement. The Russians formed a neck to the south of Lozovatsk, controlling positions west of height 236.9. They use wandering gifts tactics, getting close to Ivanovka. Fighters report risks to battalion leadership, but brigade leadership insists they stay. Russian control creates a trap for Ukrainians, making evacuation dangerous. Around 100 to 200 Ukrainian soldiers are blocked by Russians here. We receive additional updates about Russian progress near Vovchai. Just yesterday, the first Russian groups entered Vovchai, leading to heavy clashes with Ukrainian forces. Sabotage and reconnaissance groups have entered and begun fighting, while regular Russian forces move towards the village. Pro-Ukrainian mappers confirm Russian control over fields and fortifications near the village. Regular Russian and Ukrainian forces might clash inside Vovchai soon. Russian sabotage groups aim to disrupt and slow Ukrainian forces in this direction. Russians use sabotage and reconnaissance groups extensively, trained in Sumy, and have achieved significant progress recently. This strategy involves sending small, highly trained units to operate behind enemy lines, disrupting supply routes and communication, and targeting key positions. This approach has been effective in multiple areas, causing significant difficulties for Ukrainian forces. As for the New York-Torsk agglomeration, there are no significant updates. Regular military activities continue, with the Russians bombing and attacking Ukrainian positions inside the stronghold. The goal remains to capture Chasov Yar and the entire Torsk New York agglomeration. In the Klishivka direction, Russian sabotage groups ambushed Ukrainian soldiers. The Russians have captured Klishivka but haven't secured it completely. There are still Ukrainian positions in the area. The Russians ambushed and attacked Ukrainian soldiers along a road, resulting in 3 Ukrainian casualties. This confirms that Russian sabotage groups are operating effectively and Ukrainians don't have full control. In the Kupiansk direction, Russian forces, including sabotage groups, advance towards the road R-79. They are improving positions inside Peshana. Pro-Ukrainian mappers still consider parts of this area a gray zone. The Russians captured more streets and buildings. Sabotage groups have reached significant positions, disrupting Ukrainian supply and support. In the northern Kharkiv direction, the Russians shift focus to the Seversky-Donetsk-Donbass River, preparing to cross and establish a foothold. They target villages like Bergovaka, Prilipka, and Staritsa. Heavy artillery preparation suggests an upcoming offensive. If successful, the Russians could establish a significant presence west of Vovchansk. In Staritsa, Ukrainians increased control, pushing Russians back. The situation is fluid, with heavy clashes ongoing. If Ukrainians maintain their momentum, they could restore control over Staritsa and nearby villages, threatening Russian positions on the Ukrainian side of the Seversky Donetsk River. After several attempts to attack Roboka, Ukrainians were defeated and withdrew. Forces of the 92nd and 30th Brigades lost combat capabilities, leading to a Ukrainian withdrawal. Russians claim control over Roboka as of July 24. A Fab 3000 bomb was reported to have targeted Ukrainian forces, causing significant losses and contributing to the Ukrainian decision to withdraw. Moving to political events, a recent poll shows 32% of Ukrainians are ready to give up territory for peace, a significant increase from the 10% at the start of the special military operation. This might be a media strategy to prepare the public for potential territorial concessions. Regarding mobilization, experts warn a new wave in Ukraine will damage the economy, worsening labor shortages. The Washington Post reports more vacancies than applicants, forcing employers to raise salaries. Ukraine considers mobilizing prisoners, with 3,800 already serving and more likely to join if the trial period is successful. Ukraine is ready to negotiate with Russia, with China mediating. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Kulia Bayed visited China to discuss a peace plan. However, a recent Ukrainian terrorist attack in Moscow complicates negotiations. A high-ranking Russian officer was targeted, indicating ongoing conflict despite peace talks. Ukrainians conduct military exercises with F-16s, suggesting no immediate negotiations until F-16s are deployed in combat. This indicates continued military efforts by Ukraine despite diplomatic activities. In the U.S., the Secret Service director resigned, and a bill to impeach Kamala Harris was introduced. The political battle in the U.S. intensifies, with significant conflicts between Democrats and Republicans. The situation is described as fierce, with potential for significant political fallout. And that's it for this update. Slavic News Channel condemns any violence in the world. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.